Hi Aquarius, it's Kajora Lovely with your general reading for February 2019. Please keep in mind it is a general reading, so it may not resonate entirely with everyone. You can also check out my videos for your rising and moon sign. So I'm also reading with the Illuminated Tarot for those who are curious. So let's see what's going on with you for the month of February 2019. Interesting. So, I say that because, we'll just skip ahead a little bit. Why not? In the future, you have someone who could be being maybe a little manipulative, conniving, who takes something away from you. And this is usually like in a way where you feel like, fucker. But, however, as a result, you're going to end up sitting quite pretty because you've got the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands and the Magician here. So whatever it is, it's meant to teach you a lesson. Because when I first saw that, I was going to say, okay, then that means whatever's happening is probably not the best outcome. But those two other cards kind of made me wrong. So let's see what needs to be done first. So where you are now is the Strength card in reverse and the Ace of Wands. So this relates to the sign of Leo, which is actually your opposite in the zodiac. It's the lion, fire element, action, communication. So this could usually mean, it's not necessarily, well, I guess for some of you, maybe it feels like a lack of courage. It's not necessarily, though. It could be a lack of seeing your own internal strength in situations. And strength doesn't necessarily mean having to bear down and be cruel to everyone around you. It can also mean having the strength to, I'm hearing gently strong arm people. So it's really about using a gentle touch to get what you want. A gentle but strong touch where you're like, oh, you're doing this. Oh, and we have a cat visitor who says hello, sort of. And you've also got the Jack of Pentacles here. So this is about planning and doing something that you want to, for something that you want to build moving forward. I would say this is the Page and the Knight combined. And it's about planning, learning, sort of being the student, figuring out something new, figuring out where you want to go with it. So you're still in the early stages of figuring something out, and that learning something new. So you're building something toward the future. And it could be that you might be feeling a little defeated because you've got this ace here with this Ace of Wands, but it's maybe not going quite as quickly as you want it to. And what's crowning you, so this could probably be why, is the Ten of Swords in reverse and Judgment in reverse. Now, sorry, there's just messages coming through. You've got some big ones, I'm not going to lie. No, these aren't the worst ones, but there's still means there's shit going on in your life, but, welcome to living. So, the Ten of Swords in reverse usually means that there's an ending. Something's coming to an end. And the Judgment card in reverse, it means that there's a spiritual awakening, an epiphany, a realization that's meant to happen that you could possibly be resisting. So another thing that's influencing you right now is the Death card. Now, this is not an actual death, it's a sign of Scorpio, but it means transformation. It means that there's some big shift that's going on, something that's just transforming in your life. Now, it's also the Four of Swords, so that can mean a period of rest. However, I feel that those two kind of go hand in hand in this case because, well, also what's sort of the base of the reading is this moving past anxiety with a Knight of Swords here. This means you're kind of staying up at night thinking about something right now. And in the future, you've got some lack of emotional abundance in the near future. So, well, and where you are, you're dropping some burdens, which is good. Good for you. Good for those of you who are like, this is not mine to carry. I am getting rid of it now. Good. Because I often see that as you're carrying other people's crap, and it's not yours. You don't have to carry it for them. They can carry it for themselves. You know, if they're old enough to have emotional baggage, they can carry it themselves. And so it feels like there's a change, a transformation, maybe this end to anxiety, getting over whatever this burden is that you have to let go of, even any feelings of discontent, feeling like you're not yourself. I'm hearing you have the capacity to withdraw and remove yourself from various situations, from any situation. Or you find yourself bearing too much weight, carrying too much weight of other people. So actually with this I'm getting, don't let people manipulate or outmaneuver you. Okay, so I think it's that you're not feeling very strong right now. And it could be because you feel this transformation and this change going on. You're trying to work towards something you really like. You want to sleep better. You want to get rid of anxiety. You know, because the swords, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 swords cards that relates to air. That's your element. So it's very much cerebral. It's in your head. With this one, I want to be like, get out of your head. It's okay. You're going to be okay. I think another thing that's been coming up a lot is trusting yourself, trusting your own courage, your own strength, your own ability to transform and evolve and move and release and let go and move into these stronger positions at the future position. In this with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands and the Magician, you know, so I would also say this. All of this is going on to lead you to these 2 cards. So you're going through this strife and this self-doubt, the self-criticism, I'm hearing complaining for some of you, the transformation, the change, the death card, all these elements are combining to help you become more you. Actually, this makes sense, and I'm sorry I forgot to wish you an early happy birthday. Happy birthday for those of you who are born in February. So, that being said, let's talk about that. Your birthday is like your new year. I said this in my January videos, I think. And so, those of you who are in the 27 to 30 range could be going through your Saturn return unless you've already gone through it. Saturn return is when the planet Saturn moves. And also this is if you're around 56, 57, 58. Because it's every 27, 28 years, the planet Saturn returns to the exact spot where it was when you were born. And basically it looks at you and is like, oh, this isn't what you were supposed to be doing. And it changes absolutely everything in your life. Now, also, your birthday in general is a new year. So there's a lot of shifting, a lot of transformation happening this month. I really feel that the new moon, the Chinese New Year that's happening in early February is kind of like a real start to 2019 in a way. So if you haven't been able to do your New Year's resolutions or get your shit together quite the way that you want, congratulations. You don't really need to start till now. And I would say even probably after your birthday, for those of you who have not celebrated it yet. And even if you have, it's okay. You know, it's fine. This isn't a race. It's not a competition. So, yeah, I feel like the biggest parts are just kind of getting through this resisting change, maybe feeling like you're not enough, and you know, going ahead with releasing these burdens, finding ways to help yourself sleep at night. Howlite is one of my favorite crystals. It's very calming, especially if you can find a white howlite. You can sleep with that under your pillow. You can also use scents like lavender. There's some sprays you can spray on your pillowcase to help you sleep. There are a lot of different things that you can do, but those are some of them. Sorry, my cat is crying. Probably, maybe that's validation for some of you to look into some non-medicated sleep aids if you're having trouble sleeping. And also, what I'm getting is giving some of your worries to your higher power, whoever that is for you, of imagining that worry leaving your body, especially if you're trying to fall asleep. When I have trouble with that, I like to imagine it when I'm laying down, like them sort of leaving like balloons coming out, going into the cosmos, where they are no longer my problem, and giving it to your higher power. And it's not a matter of shirking responsibility. It's a matter of saying, I trust that there is something that can solve this problem better than I can. And if all I'm going to do is lose sleep over it, I'm not going to come up with an answer. It's simply not going to happen. Because you can't trust a tired mind. You can't make clever or good or helpful decisions with a tired mind. It's not really going to happen. Exhaustion doesn't really lead to the best benefits. For some reason, I'm also getting that some of you need to make sure you're hydrated. You're drinking enough water. So anyway, yes, change is coming. Now, to go back to the end. Queen of Pentacles. Earth element, this is about stability, security. This is coming up for a lot of people in the final position, so people are going to be in a better spot. This is more about Mother Nature, feminine energy, the feminine aspect of earth energy, of planning, of gratitude, of seeing your worth for some of you, I'm hearing. And then the King of Wands and Magician. So this is also about seeing your own manifesting power, that what you want, you can manifest. So this is also very important when it comes to thoughts, because if you are having negative thoughts and saying, I always do this, unless that's followed by, I always make lots of money, I always meet amazing people, I always have healthy relationships. Now that may sound kind of arrogant and cocky, but at the same time, you're telling the universe that's what you want. If you say, I always have terrible relationships, I never date anyone who I really have a connection with, no one ever treats me well. Well, guess what? You're going to be right. The universe is like, oh, you want that? Okay, we'll give that to you. You've only had that, 5 times? But hey, you want it again? There you go. You got it. That's easy. We know exactly what that looks like. So do you. So it's really about thinking about what you want for yourself. That's what this is about. And sometimes getting creative with that. Use some of that mental activity to spark and think creatively about what you want, where you want to go, what you want to do. But, with this transformation, it may also be directing you in a certain area as well. So that is your reading for February. And for those of you who are celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful year ahead. And I will see you all again next month.